Hey everyone, it's Mare from SickMom checking in on day 12. And we have a blizzard going on outside. It's almost full whiteout conditions. So, yeah, me feeling crappy and low energy for the last couple of days totally makes sense now. I hate to keep talking about the bloody weather, people, but I'm a walking barometer. I said to myself 2 days ago, I'm like, there's got to be another wacky weather change coming. There has to be. Even though it's been really warm, and Chinooks, which I talked about in a different video, that Calgary gets quite frequently in the winter. Oh, sorry, my camera's shaking. Oh, this is the culprit. It's sorry for the shaking, people. Unfortunately, my Bluetooth earbuds that I have at the moment, the mic is kind of screwed up on it. So I'm using my wired earbuds for you and also to help control the camera. But anyhow, when you live in the weird weather belt of Alberta, where I live in Calgary, the winter, you can have a 20 degrees Celsius shift within a day. I mean, that it can go from, minus 20 to 0 degrees. It can go from minus 15 to plus 15 sometimes, like really radical weather swings. So I do subscribe to the Weather Channel alerts on my phone so that I know when there's going to be weird weather coming, I guess you can say. And it's been saying, oh yeah, okay, so there's going to be rain. There's going to be snow. I'm like, well, which one is it? Is it rain or snow? Well, this afternoon, we got both. It was raining, and then it started to snow 5 minutes later. So whatever. Hey, this is living in the Rockies, or living close to the Rockies in the foothills, right? So today, much, much better day. Thank you so much for reaching out to me, Susie. I saw your lovely comment. I got some big hugs, and I so appreciate that, and send them right back at you, babe. And this is one of the important things that I really want to create here on YouTube, is a sense of community, a sense of, hey, yeah, like I'm all about hugging. I've worked with different organizations where I've almost been the team mascot for hugs, and I like that. I come from a family where, affection was never withheld. It was lots of hugs and kisses growing up, and, lots of snuggle time when we were little. And I have also raised my daughter in that way, that, like, hey, we share affection. I see my daughter every other week. Well, I don't see my daughter every other week. I see her more often than that, but she's home with me 50% of the time. We'll just say that. Every other week. And on the weeks when she's home, I tell her with so much fervor that I love her on a daily basis. And I just tell her, I'm like, you know what? I just want to make sure that you've got ample reserves, and that you know how much, mommy and daddy and your family love you. I just, she's 11. She's getting at that age where she's going to start disbelieving that. I really hope she doesn't, but I know that when kids enter their tweens and teens, that they kind of stop forgetting that the people in their lives that have been in their lives their whole existence love them to the point where it's almost painful. With your kids, you wish that you could endure the hardship and that you could help them avoid mistakes and pitfalls. But I also know that that's a part of each individual person's journey. And without the mistakes that I've made, and I'm just like any other person who was once like a 20-year-old idiot. I've done some crazy things in my life, and for the most part, it's turned out pretty well. And I'm really thankful for that. I've tried to make as many smart choices as I could, but nobody's perfect. It's not about being perfect. And so that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about today a little bit, is the whole perfectionism thing. I received some very sage advice from my friend when I started, and it was, you don't have to be perfect all the time. So the first few days, I definitely gave myself some latitude. If I felt like having a little bit of chocolate, I did have some chocolate. I wanted olives, so I had some olives. And I wasn't going to beat myself over the head about it. It's supposed to be a transition period when you start. And I probably went headlong into it like I do with just about everything. And, just went into the spirit of it and decided, no, if I'm doing this, I'm doing it all the way. I don't like to toe dip. I'm kind of, usually pretty committed once I've made it a choice. And you can ask my mom about this if my mom's ever on the show with me when I'm doing interviews. She can tell you that from the time I was very small, once I'd made my mind up, there was literally no chance of changing it. I mean, and that was to my own detriment, because it's not like everything I decided upon had worked out in my favor when I was a kid. I mean, definitely not. And that taught me things, that there's some things that you can't control. You can't make everything happen. And that's just life, right? Things that you can't even imagine are coming to you, good things and wonderful things, and you just never know what's around the corner. So it's keeping a mind of being open and just kind of going with it, as opposed to having this state of perfection. I definitely do not live in a state of perfection. Not that I've ever been the world's greatest housekeeper, but the last few years with chronic illness, it has gotten even worse. It's gotten harder for me to just keep up on the dusting or keep up on the vacuuming or not let the laundry pile up, or sometimes, the dishes sit in the sink for a day or two. And that's just my world. For the most part, I'm the one who's doing a lot of the cleanup and the stuff around the house. My daughter helps out wherever she can, but she's not the maid. Neither am I. So I try to set reasonable expectations for her, that things that are within her purview, like keeping her room clean and all of that. But I'm not aspiring for her to be perfect. I'm not modeling perfection. I'm not modeling Martha Stewart in our home. We've been in here for over a year, and I still haven't put away or put up all of the pictures that I would like to. I'm taking my time. And that's the wisdom that I've gotten from this process, is that trying to have a perfect home and be perfect all the time, and that, that's not something that is achievable for most. And a lot of people end up sacrificing their happiness for the sake of perfection. And you miss out on a lot when you're just trying to be perfect. So when I started my channel, this has been in the making for 2 years that I've been planning my YouTube channel, and I needed to have enough energy and mental clarity and stamina to get started. Because I knew once I got started that I was going to commit to it in a big way. So Carnivore afforded me the perfect opportunity to have something that was current in my life, something that I'm doing every day, and something that I really wanted to document. But had I waited for everything to be perfect, for my perfect trailer on my perfect channel that's got the perfect channel art and all of that, I never would have gotten started, and that's something I learned through consulting and writing and having writer's block and getting over writer's block. And all of the work that I've done is that sometimes good enough is good enough. You do your best, but your best may not look like what your perfect looks like. And so here I am, imperfect, with no makeup on, and, my hair just kind of doing whatever it wants to do today, just talking with you all and having this conversation. I'm this process is bringing up a lot of stuff for me. It's really making me think about how I want to carry forward in my life. And, as I have days that are really good and that I'm feeling better, those are the things that I focus on. I try very, very hard not to think about getting sicker again or having a backslide in my health. But yeah, those doubts creep up. But I know that it's not perfect. It's not a perfection thing, I don't have to be perfect every day. Like yesterday was the shortest video that I've put on so far for you guys, and I was so satisfied when I was done because I did it. It was just a matter of that simple accomplishment that I had set myself a goal of recording a video every day for you based on, Carnivore, every day for at least 30 days. And then just kind of, see how we go, if we're going to keep doing dailies or if we're going to do weeklies. And it wasn't about yesterday's video being perfect. It was about accomplishing a tiny little milestone that I had set for myself. I just felt so satisfied when I uploaded it and that it was there, and I felt like it was really just, it was mission accomplished yesterday, and one of the beautiful things that I've been able to do with starting this is that I've been able to share this journey not only with my friends and family, but one of my nephews, hi Rowan, one of my nephews is a YouTuber, and he is a great guy, and he's 11 years old, same as my daughter, and he started a channel called Tethered Steel, all one word. Go check out Tethered Steel. That's my nephew. Y'all be nice now, okay? He is learning as we go, and we've agreed that we're going to do this together. We're both very, very optimistic about, achieving those beautiful YouTube milestones together and helping each other out, I know the level of commitment that I have and the dedication that I have to wanting to grow this out so that I can build a beautiful community that is thoughtful and that likes to share ideas and that's compassionate and supportive. And, and he's got his thing going on. So I say, you just go get him, Tethered Steel, and we're going to help each other out as we go. And, if there are other people out there, if you're watching this and you're, fairly new to being a YouTube creator and you want to reach out, I am all for giving shout outs. And that's something that when I'm in the other sections of this channel, I do want to be giving shout outs to people. But, it's been very, very cool to have my nephew be kind of like, Auntie, hey, how do you do this? And we spent some time today. I was talking to him about the YouTube Creator Academy and how it's like YouTube University. It's such a wealth of information and that it's all free and he can have access to that. And then I showed him some of the tools that I use for doing graphic design and now I'm sending him some links about, where to find royalty-free music because I really want to add music to my channel. So that's something that I can share with him. So already I feel like having a connection within the family for someone who's also super interested in this, it's very cool. And he's a cool dude. And I think that it's kind of nice having someone that's sort of at the beginning stages and that we can just egg each other on, it's really fun. And my daughter, of course, super supportive, but she's not at the point where she really wants to create a channel. But if she ever does, you bet I'm going to help her out because I just want all of those people around me to succeed. And, something that my nephew and I talked about today was just the fact that he got started. Wasn't perfect. There's stuff he still needs to figure out, and he's still learning about technology. I mean, I was in information technology, that was my industry, and I worked in it and around it and on the fringes of it for most of my career in one way or another. And here I am again. I mean, for me, this is all about playing with technology, and I just love it. All of the tools that we have access to create really cool stuff. And I just said, you know what, dude, you can pat yourself on the back because some people never get started. So you started, and that's awesome. And he's like, yeah, you're right, Auntie. That's pretty cool. So, and I told him the same thing. I said, you know what? I've been thinking about it for a long time, but I knew this was the right time for me to start and that I just needed to start. So don't sit on the fence, people. If you've got a great idea for a YouTube channel, just get started. If you've got questions, I'm by no means an expert, but YouTube Creator Academy, you cannot get better resources than that. So don't worry about being perfect. Just worry about being present and being on YouTube and becoming a creator that's really contributing to the overall community. So that's kind of a message for today, and it's been a good day. Had family time. Got to give my chicken a big hug today. I'm so happy, So this is a place of gratitude where I am just living right now, and I'm super happy about that. So if you liked today's video, please make sure you give us a big thumbs up. Love the thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you know exactly when the next videos are landing on YouTube. And that's it, folks. So this is SickMom checking out.